Good evening, everybody. This is Dumpster Cat. Welcome back to yet another video. In this one, we are playing largely the same list as we did last video, just getting more testing with BG in Pioneer here on Arena. I have made a few small changes to the list. I cut one of the blades for the 4th Cub. I think we all know Cub is very powerful in this format and in other formats, and so I wanted to try more copies of him, and just having the playset here I think is nice. Going turn 3 shielded off him is good. It has nice synergies with Mutavault, and so I think overall it's a very powerful card, and I think Blade is probably the least powerful card we have in the deck, or just like the least or the most underwhelming, I guess you could say as well. Other than that, in the main deck, I cut a land, so we'll get down to 24 instead of 25. I cut one of the Verges. I think with having 4 Cubs and 3 Dread Whispers, kind of smoothing out our draws, I'm comfortable enough to try this out, but I'm a little suspect. Usually the BG decks in Pioneer do play 24 lands, but those are usually the ones who play 4 copies of Llanowar Elves as well. And so, not sure if this is going to go well. I usually play 25, but for the sake of testing, I'm just going to go for 24 today. And I haven't really been liking the Verges, so we'll see how that plays out as well, having one less copy of those. And then finally in the main deck, I'm trying out this one copy of Requiting Hex, a new card from Lorwyn. Kind of just like a 5th Fatal Push for us, and having some incidental upside against the more aggressive decks such as Izzet with the life gain. The Blight 2 is definitely kind of like a cost that is, I guess, not irrelevant to us, and it kind of damages us just a bit. But we can combat it pretty nicely with like Cub, with the Sentinel map tokens, so it shouldn't be too bad. I think even with like Mosswood Dread Knight, we don't care too much about this card dying, so that's fine. And then in the sideboard, I cut a Culling Ritual. I know I said I wanted to go up to 4 copies at the end of the last video. I think 3 is probably correct, and I think adding in this Virulent Plague in place of the 4th one is probably just a bit better against the Izzet decks. Hitting the Otter tokens and the Steel Cutter tokens is going to be really good against that deck, and I do think this card is better than Bile Blight as a sideboard card against them. And then I am playing an Unlicensed Hearse over the Chevel. I just don't think I really want Chevel in any matchup right now in the meta, except like mono red, but that's not really too prominent right now, at least from what I've seen. And so I'd rather have Hearse, just because I've seen more Grease Fang in the meta, and just not having any graveyard hate in the main deck is a little suspect against that deck, so I do like having access to this card. And yeah, that sums it up just about as I wanted to. Again, feels good to be playing BG again to some pretty good success. I'm playing here I'm in Mythic right now, and I guess just a side note as well, it is pretty much a lot easier for me to play on Arena than Magic Online. Just a lot more affordable, very, very much more accessible for me, and so that's kind of like the reasoning behind the switch from MTGO to Arena. So I hope you guys are okay with that, and I do think that the games are still competitive, even though there aren't any like monetary stakes going on. But I'm still having fun. Hopefully you guys are having fun as well. Let me know if you'd make any changes. I'm very open to suggestions for this list, and it was great hearing from all you guys in the last video. Really appreciate all the support for me coming back to the channel, and I'm glad you guys are having fun with it as well. So with that being said though, let's get on with the matches. Okay, here we are for match number 1. We are on the draw. I think this hand we could keep, despite only having 2 lands. Dread Whispers can hopefully smooth out our draws just a bit. Looks like we may be playing against the Mirror. I'm assuming they'll take either Dread Knight or Sentinel. I'm not too sure how like the rankings in Mythic work with these like percentage points. I think the higher the percentage, the better, but I'm not completely sure. Okay, so they do take Dread Knight. We, however, draw our own Thoughtseize, so we can play that. And yeah, okay, so looks like this is the Mirror kind of. This is seemingly the more meta deck with main deck Culling Rituals and Ouroboros. Yeah, them having 2 Unholy Annexes is not too ideal for us, but I think that is the take there. Just go for one of them. Looks like they drew something here. Okay, it's fine. Could play out our blade next turn, and then hopefully we could draw land. Get these sentinels online. If not, like Abrupt Decay would be a good draw. Oof. Them drawing Mutavault was good for them too. Okay, there's land. So they're going to be getting some card advantage off this, but it's thankfully not the end of the world. I'm kind of surprised they took Go Throat over Fatal Push. I guess it's not like too much of a decision point, but I think with them having Annex as the only like quote-unquote creature card in their hand, I would have expected them to take Push, but that's just me. And they do make this Mutavault a creature. They draw removal? Wow, they're drawing well. Okay. Dang. And then they'll animate. Oh, okay, they missed a couple of points of damage there. Okay, so we can get greedy using the map token here, trying to get our 4th land drop. I don't mind this too much because even if we don't hit a land, we could still push the cub and still like put in some damage. If we go just Sentinel attack for 3, that's not the worst. However, I think I do want to get the cub off the battlefield this turn, so I don't mind just starting like this. Shield Druid, unfortunately, that's not going to cut it. And yeah, let's just do this now. And then hopefully, like if they hit their land drop, they're incentivized just to play out or make a demon token. Really? They're making this play. Okay. Just 4 mana killed the blade. Guess that's fine. And an elf. Okay. So they're still going to take damage here. And okay, we did draw land, but it's a tap land. So, yeah, I do think we are kind of forced into playing the Sentinel. And let's see what they do here. Depending on what they draw, they'll either make a demon or play something and activate the Mutavault. They haven't been really aggressively activating the Mutavault to get their draining with the Annex. Okay, looks like now they're just going to go for that. Maybe they drew an Ouroboros. Yeah, slow rolling that one out for us. So they're going to go up to 5. We could kill the Ouroboros. I hate saying that name, it's so convoluted. Fortunately, with this push, so let's just do that. Excuse me if I'm sniffling a little bit here. I do think Shieldred is very good for us, so let's keep that on top. Let's push this. And then I think I probably should Beseiju, like draw step Beseiju. I guess between upkeep and draw step doesn't matter too much with Beseiju compared to like Field of Ruin. Just want to do it before their main phase, so they don't, or so they aren't able to get the demon. But I don't want to do it now, so they could fatal push on my turn, or some type of removal. So I think that's the play. I think I will just do it on their draw step. I think is fine enough. And then hopefully between, I guess, really just the Shieldred, we can have lethal here, or at least the advantage. but we'll see. So like bad draws for us would be like another annex would be probably the worst for us. Removal for the Shieldred, of course. Okay. So them doing that and not saving that for the Shieldred makes me think they have another removal, unfortunately. Or an annex. Yep. Attack me for 6, and do they have an annex? No. So, do you have the removal? I'm thinking they do. No, they don't. I don't think there's any card here that could gain them life that they would play. Okay, getting game 1 is nice against them. Interesting. So yeah, we are playing against the more meta, the more popular version of BG. I have my opinions, but here, let's sideboard first. Then I'll talk. Okay, so we get Invoke Despair, of course, is great. Same thing with Cling to Dust and Pick Your Poison. I think that's probably all we want there. You know, actually, Deathmark, yeah, all their creatures are green, so I think they only play Llanowar Elves, Cub, Sentinel, and Arborite, so that could be good as well. I think I just want to get rid of all of our discard, as they're just bad top decks. And then what else to cut? Do we want the Hex? It just hits... Oh yeah, I mean it hits Mutavault, but also Elves and Cub, so I feel like it's good enough to keep in. We can maybe just cut on a Blade. Maybe we only want one Deathmark. Let's just trim a Blade and see how that goes. Okay, 5-lander. I think we have to mulligan, unfortunately. Into a 1-lander, into a 2-lander. Okay. Let's just keep the most powerful cards. I think I am going to keep Shieldred and Decay and Cub. I guess we can't really. I guess we could cast Decay off the Cub. It's a good start from them, though. We'll see if we could pull ourselves out of this mulligan to 5. Okay. Okay, so we did draw our land. I think I just have to be mana efficient, go for the Shieldred instead of playing Decay on the Annex. Kinda sucks, but if we continue drawing lands, at least we could hope to cast this Invoke Despair to get rid of that. Seems like they may have a push here, though. Thoughtseize, okay. It's pretty good. into another annex. Okay, so they're going to take a lot of damage here. Taking 8 damage from this. Oh, okay. And we drew our land, our 4th land, and we just have lethal. Dang. They really kind of went very aggressive with that play there. Jeez. I mean, I feel like we kind of stole this one. I'm not complaining though. Yeah, I do think that we potentially have a better matchup against the more meta popular version of black-green, just because we do have better top decks versus them, because they do play elves. I guess now we have the same numbers of Cub. I think Shieldred is potentially more powerful than Ouroboros. Looks like they maybe like misplayed a little bit with their annexes, or maybe it was just like a little aggressive there. They also kept in Thoughtseize post board, which I personally try not to do, just because they are of course bad top decks, but I could definitely be wrong there. Not sure what my opponent was thinking, but they could have valid decision making choices there. But it feels good to get the first match, and also against the mirror, and also because this deck is getting popularity, so I'm glad our version is combating them well. Okay, I'll see you guys for the next one. Alright, match number 2. We're on the draw with definitely a nice hand here. A very solid hand. Okay, looks like we're up against Izzet. I think we're going to lead on... I think I could conserve my life total for now by just going with the pathway instead of shocking in a tomb. They've got turn 2 cutter. Ooh, we have turn 2 decay, which I think we will just pop that off on that. It's very important to get that out of the picture as quickly as possible. Ooh, they just have another one here though. Okay, it's unfortunate. I think I'm gonna double spell here instead of playing Sentinel. The question is, do I want to play Dread Knight or just another Cub? I feel like getting another Cub down makes sense. Just because it gives us more mana, more stuff to do for next turn. So we're gonna have 5 mana next turn, 6 if we draw land. So you can see why having main deck Culling Ritual is good against this deck specifically. Ooh, they're attacking. I think I'll just take the damage. Don't want to risk it. Or sorry, we will have more. Okay, well I guess not now, but we'll have more, or we would have had more mana than what I previously mentioned because of the 2 Cubs. Okay. So now we have 5 mana. 6 now. How do we want to play this out? I feel like I definitely want to keep up at least one removal spell. So that means we could go like this, play a Sentinel. Then I think I'll shock this in, and let's map token onto the Sentinel itself. Don't think we want that. And then just pass turn, leaving up push or go for the throat. I think I like getting the Sentinel's power and toughness higher just because it's pretty difficult for them to remove those big power toughness creatures if they don't have like boomerang basics. Okay, so they're gonna get back their Reckless Rage. Yeah. So this should be like largely okay. And they're attacking with everything, okay. So we can, what do we want to do here? I don't think we want to block with Sentinel because they could, of course, Reckless Rage it. We could just block with nothing. Then we're taking 7 damage. It's probably not correct. So let's go to blocks. go like that. And let's go like this. Then I'll probably push the Soulscar Mage. And then we'll trade Cub and Otter token. But we kill their Steel Cutter token at least. Or I guess, sorry, we'll trade here. And then take, what, 2 damage. So I think this is fine for us. Fine exchange, at least. Do I want to duress? I think so. Okay. I'll just play out Dread Knight and attack. So they can make a Samurai token, pop the Synthesizer, which I think they'll. Oh wow! Okay, that was probably the best draw they had there. Okay. I was gonna say I feel fine, but now I don't. Wow. Okay. Ew, into that card. Burst Lightning. No. Okay. And they could. Yeah. Wow. And we're like almost dead. So let's block here, take 5. I think we may just concede, yeah, if we draw land, okay. Because they could otter back their boomerang basics and deal us a lot of damage. But we came prepared. So we have the Virulent Plague, the Culling Rituals, pick your poison. And then I think I usually like bringing 1 Extinction Event, cutting 1 Shielded against them, cutting the blades. Let's see, what else don't we want? I think cutting like 1 Annex is fine. Do like 1 Dread Knight. And possibly a Sentinel, just kind of trim around the edges. I think I like my discard spells against them, especially on the play. But it's a tough matchup. We did beat them though, last video. And I feel like my matchups have been pretty like even, 50-50. Okay, on the play, 2-lander, but we have a very reactive hand, but 2 sideboard cards. I think I'm gonna take a risk and keep this one. It could go wrong if we just don't draw lands, but if we draw lands and like 1 creature, then we're just like off to the races. Okay. Yeah, this card is really annoying too. I think I'll take their Synthesizer, and then it's fine if that they have Decay, or sorry, Cutter, because we do have Decay. And that was a good draw. We love a 3rd land. That would just be absolutely perfect now. Unfortunately, they are very willing, it seems, to play out Cutter without, or like not be perfect. That was beautiful. Fortunately, it seems like they are, I guess, not patient in going like waiting till their turn 3 to go Cutter plus 2nd spell. Ooh, okay, okay. There we go. And I think decaying there instead of pick your poison is good because it rewards us for drawing, or if we draw 3rd land because we go Annex on our next turn. Okay, what do we want to do here? Just Virulent Plague, activate Mutavault. I think that's good. I mean, it opens up Mutavault to removal, but we did not see any with the duress, so I think that's fine. Although I guess this does represent removal. Yeah. Okay, that's my bad. I think this is still fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's just duress. Burst Lightning, Academic Dispute. Okay. Let's take the Burst Lightning and activate Mutavault yet again. And then I think is like the Uncle Iroh spell, is that an instant or a sorcery? I think it's a sorcery. They're like the 4 damage removal spell. Okay. And they just get the abandoned attachments. So yeah, feeling really good here. The deck is just kind of playing itself at this point. And yeah, I think I will just pump this up instead of playing other Annex, drain them. We may not even need these. Yeah, looks like we don't. Okay, well that was very nice. Virulent Plague. Oof, that felt very comfortable there, having that. Okay, so now on the draw, do we want to make any changes? I don't think so. Not sure if Shieldred is too good in this matchup. I feel like it's probably good enough to have 2 copies though. Extinction Event also is maybe not the best, but there are situations where it could definitely bail us out, so I think it's okay. This is a unfortunate hand. Opponent mulligans, let's join them. Okay, and I definitely like this one a lot better. So I think I'll put back either Sentinel or Annex. It's close. Very close. Not having Mutavault makes me like a little suspicious. Also, we don't have any blades in the deck, so Annex may be too painful, maybe too slow. I think I'll just keep the Sentinel over it. Sentinel also blocks well. Okay, well, it's okay. Okay. So I will push here just to mitigate as much damage as possible, despite us having the Culling Ritual in hand. It also like doesn't telegraph that we have Culling Ritual, which is nice. And despite me having Culling Ritual, I will still play out the Cub here. Okay. And they don't have 3rd land, but they do kill our Cub. So definitely just playing out Sentinel here. Okay. So it's quite good. They swing at us for 8. And yeah, we're kind of priced into playing the Culling Ritual this turn. Well, if we wait a turn, no. I think we have to play it. We have 3 mana after the bat. Then we just go Dread Knight. Or 4 mana, then we could go Dread Whispers into Dread Knight. Yeah, I think we're kind of priced into that, even though them having like a relatively full hand is like not the best for us, but I think that's the best we could do. And we do still have Extinction Event in case something goes like terribly wrong. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Oh, and they're attacking. Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna make the trade here. Then we could Dread Whispers, go down to 6. And Decay, is that too aggressive? Huh. We could go Shields down, play Annex, activate Mutavault, go up to 9. We're taking, like, at most what? Like 5 damage from this token if they have 3 spells in hand on their turn. We could just just play Decay on the Cutter. This is tough. I don't entirely know what to do here. Playing Decay on Cutter just kind of feels a little too, like, not powerful enough. I think I'm just gonna go Shields down, play out the Annex. I think this is highest upside, and I think we have, like, I think we're okay. I think we'll be okay. Might be my last words though. Oh, wow. Okay, that was very bad. That was extremely bad. Sheesh, dude. So we're not dead. That was the worst card they could have had for us. Fortunately, we're not dead. Is this still Earthbent? Yeah, okay. Because we do have Extinction Event. Yeah, which we do have to play here. And let's hope they don't have a spell. Like a relevant spell. So they could, if they have land, we're dead. So they get, what, back to basics back? Oh, sorry, boomerang. I'm saying back to basics. Boomerang basics. Yes. So they hit. Oh, okay. 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 So that is good for us. That's very good for us. Now we could either play Shieldred plus Decay or Annex activate Mutavault plus Decay. I think Annex might be a bit better. It's tough to say. So we definitely are decaying. Then play maybe Shieldred is just better. Getting up to 4 life is nice. If they have somehow like 2 hasty creatures. Wow. They didn't have a land plus spell. I'm gonna go with Shieldred. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's better than Annex, but it feels like it could still stabilize well. Okay. Damn, they do have 2 hasty creatures. Wow. Oh, and they just had the basics anyways. Okay, so yeah, we were just gonna be dead. Dang, wow, I feel like they drew really well. Okay, tough. I mean, obviously a very tough matchup. This is the best deck in the format. I'm not sure if we could have played better than that. I don't know. Let me know if you guys would have made any changes or would have done something different, but at least it felt very close. So can't be too disappointed there. Yeah, and they just had second steel cutter. Yeah, they just kind of had everything there, I feel like. It could be wrong though, so let me know. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, match number 3 here. On the draw, opponent takes a mulligan. We could keep this hand. I really hate playing against the Yorion decks, so we'll see how this one goes. Looks like it's like up the beanstalk. Like, I guess it's just an Izzet, right? So it seems like, unfortunately, this Requiting Hex may not be too good in this matchup. Trying to draw a land with that Dread Whispers. Formidable Speaker, okay. It's cool. Discards an Emptiness. Interesting. This is recursion and removal, and they get a Bright Glass Gearhulk. Very interesting. So I guess this is maybe not Izzet. Abzan something? They get 2 small things, okay. So do we Dread Whispers here or just Cub? I think I'm just gonna Cub. It's hard to know what the safe play here is. They're both kind of like suboptimal plays. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a tough one. Not a good start here for us. Wow. But do they have land? Looks like they may not have land. No, okay. We don't have land though. Okay, so I think now I want to go Dread Whispers. Sheesh. No luck. Dang, dude. I think I'll concede. Okay. I was going to say, I think I'll concede if they have 4th land plus Gearhulk. Okay, fortunately, there's our 3rd land. I think let's just go with a Sentinel. Try to stabilize at least somewhat. I guess they could finish this off with a Bauble, so maybe that wasn't the best draw, but I think if this is their play, then that's like kind of okay. Seems like they still don't have land. No, they do. Okay. I may just leave up 2 removal spells here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. Could have gone like Dread Knight, map token, try to hit land. I think this is fine though. Let's use a decay on this. And then I will blight. The Earthbend pathway to gain 2 life. But they're just gonna have their Gearhulk. See what they get though. Pretty cool deck from the opponent. Abzan, Yorion, bounce value. This Gearhulk seems really good in their deck. Okay, Omen of the Dead and an Oath of Nissa. Calling Ritual may be good in this matchup, kind of funnily enough. So, Go for Throat cannot hit this. Wow. We're not doing so well. I'm just going to try to hit land. I think if we are to win this game, it's with this line. Okay. concede from that. Okay, so I don't think I want 3 culling rituals. I think 2 is good. Pick your poison seems really good. Duress? I don't think I want 3rd Duress. I think having 2 is fine. I guess Death Marker is pretty good against them. Even like Cling to Dust as well is good. Okay, so I don't think I want this. I don't think I want too many fatal pushes against them. Decay, maybe you could trim there. I want Shielderids, I want Sentinels. You can maybe trim a Blade. Maybe we only want 1 Duress. This is kind of tough. I don't know what to cut here. Maybe go down a Dread Knight. A Cub. No. Maybe a Sentinel. Man, these Yorion decks are always just so powerful in the mid to late game. Okay. Very cool deck though from the opponent. I'd rather play against this deck than against the Dimir Yorion bounce deck. That one is just super annoying. Okay. Invoke Despair is super nice. Okay, it's okay. Wow, and the auto tapper kind of effed them over there with not leaving up green mana. Okay, let's start with this Duress. There's a good draw. Omen of the Dead, Oath of Nissa, Charming Prince. Take the Omen of the Dead, I guess. They don't have the best hand though, so at least we have that going for us. I think Omen the Dead is a little better long game against us. Whoa. Okay. So 5 mana Wrath. They could play next turn. So they'll bring back their Oath. Okay, I think let's just go like this. Again, sorry about my allergies. Yeah, fair enough. And yeah, if they just like take their whole turn wrathing, I think that's fine. Drawing 5th land for Invoke Despair is really nice. It's kind of what they're forced into doing. Oh, nice animation. And do we just go Invoke, draw 3, drain 6? Or deal them 6? Or do we want to go demon token? I think let's go for a demon. Put the pressure on them. Maybe save Invoke Despair for like an actual threat. Although hitting like an Oath of Nissa isn't the best for us. Emptiness, so they could get back the Kyrian, well, Kirin or Charming Prince if they want. Giant Killer. Wow, that was a good draw for them. Jeez. Okay, let's activate Mutavault. Let's do some map tokening here, I think. Do we want that? I think that's fine. Yeah. I think that's fine. And let's make this... yeah, let's do it like that. Attack. So we have 2 mana available to go for the throat. We drain them for 2 here. And then I'm hoping to kind of set up Invoke Despair for lethal here. Which may not actually be possible. If they go for Emptiness, then that's not possible because they'll have 2 creature, or... yeah. Okay, they just concede. I think it was not going to be possible to kill them on the next turn, but thankfully we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so maybe we don't want as much discard as I initially thought, with them being just like a mid-range deck, right? So maybe let's just like be more mid-rangey ourselves. Maybe we'd only want like 1 Culling Ritual, bring in the Blade on the play, and the 3rd Dread Knight. Yeah, have 3 Thoughtseize. I think that's fine. Do we want anything else? I think so. Cool matchup though. Youch. Youch. Aw, that sucks. Unfortunate mulligan to 5. game 3 here. At least we have 2 cards that can definitely unmulligan us, but it's not the best. Wow, they went land plus Oath. Interesting sequencing there. They have a push. Okay, I suppose that makes sense. Wow, the auto tapper again. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe that time it was on them. Eesh. Such a terrifying card. Oh, into Night of Autumn. Yeah, it's not good for us. Okay, well, at least that's a good draw. Ouch. Okay, I think let's take this. Kind of have to play out NX. Man, we're just like so behind though, because like a Yorion, the Night of Autumn in a couple turns. Nah, I'm not feeling good. Oh, they could just do this now. Dang. Tough. Very tough. Yeah, I feel like we haven't been too helped out these past these 3 matches of this video. We had what, like 2 mulligan to 5s, and our opponents are drawing pretty well, but it's, you know, never really good to complain. So let's see, they'll probably just like make this a 4-3. Well, let's see what they do. Get back Oath. Maybe Charming Prince the Yorion for more value. Yeah. Or they could kill Blade. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Tough matchup, I think. I think any Yorion deck is a tough matchup for us. Okay, I'll call it quits there. Fair enough. Yeah, I think this is just a tough matchup. Not really sure exactly what our sideboard plan is other than what I did. But let me know if you have any thoughts on this. But I'll see you guys for the wrap-up. Okay, a little bit of a less successful 3 matches here than last time, but still getting some good data on the deck. I think I like the 4th Cub. Requiting Hex the one time we cast it was good, so that's nice to see as well. It might just be like more of a sideboard card than anything though. We had a very close match against Izzet, which was unfortunate that we lost, but it still feels good that that is like a close matchup. Virulent Plague was so good. Culling Ritual is still a beast against them. Maybe next time we could try playing like a main deck copy of this. That's not something like I'm completely opposed to doing. And then that 3rd matchup against the Yorion, like Abzan Blink deck, was, I feel like, just a pretty tough matchup for us, and something I would have to think about later on, but it seems like that's probably not like a meta deck, so probably don't have to think about it too much. I think Blade is still like a pretty underwhelming card, so I'm not sure what I want to do with that. If I want to play more Dread Knights in its place, or try out something else altogether, I'm not really sure. But please let me know your thoughts down below. Again, it feels great playing Black Green again, and, you know, having some fun with it, having some success, and hope you guys are enjoying alongside me as well. With that being said though, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.